Hello, this is Aubrey Bursch with Easy School Marketing. Today I'm excited to talk to you about how the qualities of a very successful team. I would say the team philosophy. So when I work with teams, first, I like to make sure that I'm working with people who actually want to be there and are passionate about the school. So when you have those two things down, this is a team philosophy that I kind of put out there and I say, look, this is what we need to do in order to make this successful. And here goes, because I find it very helpful and others use it and are able to produce a lot and get a lot done throughout the school year. So first one up, okay, I want to say this is perfectionism kills dreams and marketing. So that is, I lay it down there. I say perfectionism, not welcome here, team. All right. And everyone has trouble embracing that. I mean, I think as a group of marketers or like a school, we want everything to just be perfect. We want it to be perfect before we put it out there. I mean, I've seen schools work on their branding for 2 years. Think of how much time and energy they could have spent on other things that would boost their enrollment and their, keep higher, increase retention. I mean, seriously, perfectionism kills dreams and marketing. So that's the first thing that I lay down and I say, let's get on board with this. What does this look like? And I give them examples for what it looks like. And as we move forward with that, like kind of a subset of it is I called the B- effort. I can't remember where I first heard this, but when I did, I said, this describes exactly what I'm trying to tell teams. All right, so we all want to be, as I mentioned, perfect. And when we're trying to execute something, we're aiming for the A+ level. We're like, okay, I really want to do this video with this teacher and I'm going to pull the audio and show like a great, sequence of photos and everything like that That's the A+ version, okay? Here's the reality of schools, okay? Especially small schools. If you're always aiming for A+, you are going to spend so much time on each project that nothing is going to get done and you need to produce. So what is B- effort? Now, B- doesn't mean you throw out a shoddy video. It just means, all right, you know what? For this amount of time, I have to produce this video and we need to produce a lot of them. I'm just gonna have an interview with the teacher, maybe do light editing, nothing major, and then I'm gonna start posting on my social media. It's okay, it's not my A+, it's not really like exactly how I wanted it, but it works. That's the B- effort. I tell the story all the time about the photography professor. And he had a group of students. And at the beginning of the year, he said, okay, for the first semester, your grade, he split the class in half. He said, this side, you need to produce one photo. Like you're getting graded on one photo for this entire semester, just one. You just need to submit one photo and you'll be graded on the entire semester will be graded on that. He said to the other team, the other class, he said, you need to take as many photos as possible. You're graded on the quantity of your photos. So this half quality, this half quantity. And so he then, the semester came to an end and he was looking at the results and stuff. And he was surprised that the quality photo people who were only supposed to submit one photo, their results were dismal. Like he was like, this isn't photography. What are you doing? And then the people who were to submit the vast amount of, the quantity of photos came back and they had amazing photos. And so why is that? Let's look at that. Why is it more important to produce quantity than quality? So B-, not A+. The reason for this is because, those photography students who had the quantity one, they were trying out different things. They were, seeing what light filters worked best or different angles. They were playing with their cameras. They had fun and they were creative and they tried and they failed and they tried again. They tried and they failed and they tried again because they didn't fear failing, okay? When you fear failing in marketing or in photography, you just lose it. You lose the creativity, you lose the drive, you lose the content. And so many of us are focused on the quality, on simply creating the most perfect product. And that's just not going to cut it anymore, especially with small schools and the amount that you have to produce with limited resources. So that is why my team always says, we always say, B- effort. Is it the A+ effort? No. B-, great. Doesn't go out with a whole bunch of errors or anything like grammatical mistakes, but we are producing, and we're producing at a rate that's going to end in success, because the more you produce, the more likely you are to have success. So that takes us into the next one, which is to test and refine. So we test things out. We're not fearful of failing, okay? Failing will happen on the road to success. We all know this. We're so scared to try this out. So we're testing, we're refining. And what doesn't work, we drop it. What does work, we build on it. And that's how you grow your marketing program and really streamline things. Then the third one is it's less hustle, more systems. So as we're building our program, we're making sure that we're documenting and creating the systems so that next year it's not as much work. Like, create a system. And beyond creating a system, like maybe a Trello board, which I do have a Trello board training free on my resources page. But beyond just creating like a system like a Trello board, it's also like setting aside time to batch create content, like for content creation. It's setting aside like systems that work on for you to create massive amount of content in a limited amount of time. So it might be like every Monday morning, don't do afternoon content creation. It does not work well. Every Monday morning, it's you put on your blinders, and for 2 hours, you're creating content. Not correcting it, not editing it, you're just letting it flow. It's that whole B- effort, creating the content and getting out there, and just, that could be for the next 3 weeks content or something like that. So it's creating systems like that. So not only like overarching systems like Trello boards and, organizing your Google Docs and Dropbox and everything like that, but also systems that help your workflow. The next piece that we talk about is that not all marketing results in immediate success. As we talked about, there's a lot of testing and refining and failing and going back, and that's okay. But it's also understanding that some things that you put in place take about 3 years to show. So when anyone calls me in to talk about their marketing program, I'm like, well, the marketing program you have here actually started 3 years ago. Like the things that you put in place, this is the result of 3 years ago of work for some of the pieces that they're doing. Like for instance, the try and buy before you buy. I have a video about this, but basically try before you buy is a strategy that you would use to engage your target audience in something that your school is known for. Like if you're known for the arts, it would be holding art workshops like weekly for your target audience, like the audience that you want to enroll, okay? And then converting those people to tours and then to paying students. So that try before you buy strategy, hey, sometimes it's not going to work like the first round. Like you can't expect after 3 weeks of like 3 different classes for you to see conversions. Like people have that it's becoming more and more so. And I can only see this growing over the years is that millennials and everyone, it's know, like, and trust factor. Like I have to know you and trust you before I'm going to buy you. Buy something from you, especially something as huge as an education. Like, these are people's children that they're entrusting to a school. So it's different than going on to Amazon and reading some reviews and then clicking yes when you want to buy the Yeti microphone or something. Okay, this is people's children, so they have to know you, like you, and trust you pretty much like a lot before they're going to invest. So that try before you buy strategy, sometimes it takes 3 years to see like a consistent results. Now, if you're getting no results in those 3 years, that's different. But I'm saying like consistent results that you can actually track. Like you're going to say, okay, we know this year we should see 2 conversions off this, 3 conversions. I always go by the 2 to 5% rule, but something along those lines. So when you're seeing these marketing efforts, you're seeing your marketing program and you've got to understand there are short-term successes and then there are the longer term, like the things you're in it for the long haul. And those are marketing. That's like the try before you buy strategy. You're going to be in there for a long time. It might be that Mary Jo takes her 18-month-old to one of these art classes and you don't enroll until like age 3. Okay. She knows, likes, and trusts you. So when the time comes for her to choose a preschool, she will come to you because she's built that know, like, and trust over the past 2.5 years or something. All right, so I hope this was helpful to you. I just gave you an overview, a snapshot glimpse of the team philosophy that whenever I'm working with teams, these are kind of our guidelines. Like, this is who we are, this is what we're doing, and this is why we're doing it. I'd love to hear some of your strategies that you use in your teams. Please share them with me. Connect on LinkedIn or DM me somewhere on a social platform or email me at aubrey@easyschoolmarketing.com. I look forward to chatting with you soon. Take care.